Hello guys, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while since I uploaded something. And yeah, a lot of things has been happening for the past month. My boyfriend's been visiting me for 2-3 weeks, and I'm also currently I'm joining the female tournament, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So I haven't really been playing much soraka lately. I've been practicing like engage tank supports, and that's like mainly what I'm focusing on. And also I'm like currently sick while making this video. I've been sick for the past few days and my voice is kind of weak. But yeah, that's not gonna stop me. So I figured I'm gonna give you guys a different type of video, just because it's a new season and nothing much has really changed. And ever since I posted the Soraka video on Hell's channel, I've been getting more questions about like tips and tricks than to actually like play Soraka, and I feel like I've given you guys enough gameplay videos and nothing, as I said, like nothing has really changed. And I figured, okay, then I'm just gonna give you guys like tips and tricks about what I do. So if you are a hard Soraka OTP, or if you generally just want to play this champion like I do, then this video is for you. And yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, let's just get into here. So yeah, first things first, let's get in practice mode and just like get into it. I'm sorry if my voice is like a little bit cracked. I'm still sick, but I still want to make this video because I felt like it, and I don't want to wait more because I do procrastinate a lot. So yeah. So first things first, I'm gonna show you guys my settings. And I think there are two settings that are quite important if you do play Soraka. Let me just like level up. I think that's 15. Yeah. Level up, give myself some gold, 0 cooldown because I don't want to deal with that. Anyways, so let me show you guys my settings. So, you guys can just like stop whenever, but these are the settings that I use. Everything is just like personal preference, I'd say. Besides this, display minimap champion health bar. Hells actually introduced me to this, and I was like, oh my god, how did I not like see that this was an option before? But yeah, this is really good. Basically what it does is, instead of you having to look like next to the minimap over here, like your champion, your ally's health bar, instead of looking here, it actually displays it on the map. It does both, but it's just a little extra for you all, and it can definitely help a lot. And then for actual settings, I have priority display. Here's my button layout. I like this button layout. I haven't really changed it since. This is just what I use. I do use portrait. Oh my god, I can't speak. I like using portrait lock because it helps me focus on the enemy more, and I accidentally don't steal minions from my ADC, which I do quite a lot, but having this portrait lock kind of helps me not to do that as often as I do. So yeah. General targeting priority, I always like it on low health absolute. Force attack follow, I don't like having this on Soraka because it forces you to be in the attack range. Like, it forces you to be in your attack range of the enemy, which I generally don't like, because that also means that you're also going to be in their attack range, and you should never position yourself in a way that the enemies can also auto-attack you, if you know what I mean. Dash in, move direction, that just means like if you move here, your flash is gonna go here, or if you move here, your flash is gonna go there. So now, ally buff targeting priority. If you are a Soraka OTP, I recommend that you put it on low health absolute, because especially when your allies, like Soraka doesn't buff herself, right? And this is just gonna help you a bunch. So here, let's say your allies are stacked on top of each other. Generally, it's gonna be harder for you to prioritize who you are healing, and having it on low health absolute just helps you do that, especially because who you want to heal is the one who is on the lowest health. So having that is really, really important. I would say this minimap health bar, and then on ally buff targeting priority, that's the two settings that I would definitely recommend. I would also, for button aiming sensitivity, I would have it on the lowest, because this is going to help you land your cues more often, because as you can see, I have it on the highest now, and it's generally harder for me to like aim it precisely, whereas if I have it on low, I can more accurately place where the cue is going to go. And yeah, overall, that's the settings that I would go for. I don't think there's more here. That's just the settings that I go for. If you guys want to copy it, you can do that. Now on to general tricks. Let's see. I need an ally here who takes damage, and then I need enemy dummy right here. I think that's all. So for combos, a lot of Soraka players know that you can like QW. That's like the main knowledge you do have as a Soraka player. However, some people know that you can do it twice. However, some people know that you can do it 3 times. And you can see the dummy target still has the rejuvenation. And you can do it 3 times, like, without losing any HP. And one combo that I do a lot, which you can do for yourself with just one item, if you have like Staff of Flowing Waters or anything, like if you have the CDR and mana for it, you can totally do this. One thing that I do a lot is I heal, and then I use my Q, and then I heal 3 times. And if you do this fast enough, you can heal your entire team without losing any HP. So I do this, and then I land Q, and then I do this 3 times. And basically, yeah, you lose HP from the first W, but if you land your first ability, you will heal up from the first Q anyway. If you know what I mean. Oh my god, I didn't do that fast enough. But you guys get the idea, basically. That is a combo that I use a lot, and I recommend it a lot, and it's just good. One question that I get a lot is, how do I make sure to land my first ability? And generally, it's going to be easier for you to land your first ability if they are heading towards you. So like if you're going this way and they're coming towards you, then it's going to be easier for you to land it like this. And of course, if you're chasing them, it's going to be harder for you to land them. So let's pretend that you're going away from them, but then you easily do a 180 and then just like turn towards them. You can easily do that. Or else during laning phase, for example, you can utilize the bushes, because then they don't know where you are. It's just like a Janna tornado, where you just can like surprise them with landing your first ability. And do know that the closer your first ability is to you, the quicker it lands. So the further it is from you, the slower it lands on the ground, but the closer it is, the closer it lands, if you can see that. Your first and third ability is a skill shot that you have to practice and master. But there are, of course, some tools that you can do to place it better. For example, if you use your first ability, that's going to slow them, which makes it easier for you in general to land your silence. So if they are slowed, it's going to slow them in the silence, and it's gonna most of the time guarantee a root, especially if you can do it at the same time. I would say never do this during laning phase unless you're absolutely sure that you don't need your silence for the next, like, 18 seconds. Because your silence has a pretty high cooldown early game. So unless you're sure that you can just, like, use this for poke, then sure, throw it during laning phase. But otherwise, just save it until you know it's, like, a guaranteed route. Another combo that I do like using, especially if I'm, like, far away from the map, is that I like using my redemption with my ultimate just to make sure, like, I can be there on time and give my allies a little bit of extra HP. So now for what items do I build in certain matchups? I would say core items that you always build on Soraka is gonna be Harmonic Echo and then Rabadon's Death Cap. These are two items that you always want to build on Soraka. Maybe not as a first item, but these are definitely, like, main core items that you always build on Soraka. Yeah, and then other items can be a situational pick, like, do you need an Ardent Sensor? Then you go Ardent Sensor first item. Or you can go Staff of Flowing Waters and then go Ardent Sensor. It's really up to you, like something like this, or Rod of Ages if you can afford to scale. Staff of Flowing Waters, I prefer that over Archangel Staff just because it looks more supportive and also because it's much cheaper and this gives you immediate stats. And it also scales into late game the higher level you are, whereas Archangel Staff, it just, like, takes too long to scale, and Roa also takes too long to scale. Imperial Mandate, if you need a bit more HP and more damage for your team, sure, this item could be great. I still haven't tried it that much, but I could see this as being a good item because it also gives you movement speed. Banshees is also a situational item if the enemy has a lot of CC and you can't really do anything about it. Like Fizz, Veigar, whatever, those type of CC champs. But if the enemy does have Ludens, then I wouldn't recommend it because Ludens does proc Banshees and it's kind of waste of gold. Cosmic Drive, I really like this item. It depends on the matchup as well. If it is a game where you can kite a lot, like if you're against Thresh, Riven, Garen maybe, I don't know, those type of, like, champs that doesn't have much dash but they are dive champs, if you know what I mean, then yeah, I would recommend this item. Soulstealer, I wouldn't go for this. It's kind of like out of meta. There's just better items, like there's just better items that you could go for that provide you CDR and mana and can benefit your ultimate more. Ludens on Soraka. I've seen people go Ludens on Soraka. I just prefer Rod of Ages, to be honest, because it also gives you HP. I don't like it for the damage. Soraka shouldn't be focusing on damage. Yeah, you can focus on, like, giving your allies more damage, but you shouldn't be focused on your own damage because Soraka doesn't... No matter how much AP you build, you're not going to provide that much damage anyway. So do I build anti-heal on Soraka? Preferably not, unless your ADC absolutely can't build it, but usually, like, I never go anti-heal on Soraka just because I would rather just, like, focus on my heals. So now, do I go Warmogs on Soraka? You can go Warmogs if you want. Just know that your heals are gonna be much weaker and you're gonna be worse in combat, meaning that your healing is gonna be less and you're gonna position yourself in a way that you don't take damage. And Enchanter Soraka can absolutely do the same if you just manage to land your first ability consistently. So that's really, really up to you. But if you do need that region, then go for it, sweetie. That's really all that I have for today. If you guys have any more questions about this champion, then I would love to answer them in the description box down below. I'm sorry for coughing so much. I'm still sick, but this was the best of my abilities that I could do today. I'll try providing more content for you guys. But as I said, I'm quite busy, especially with the, like, female tournament and all that today. So, yeah, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I will look at the comment section. And, yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot, and I'll see you guys. Bye bye.